Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Washington Redskins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
7:34. Hey, orbit. Right Monday down. Shoot. Check. OP. Watch out. Low.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
He's not going to get me. Well, go. Have me. 29. Switch. Right down. Check 43. You're mine. Double up. Express. Double up.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there. And then they can do some work afterwards.
Hey, we're good. 180. Check. No. General West.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. What do? Big ass.
On first, they go right back to Howard. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running with Howard. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 27, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 16.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Here's Carr to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
51, Mike 51. Watch the screen. 29. 29.
Now Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he goes out right around the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
Carr going to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
637.
To throw again. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood. Express.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He gets it to Brown. Complete. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On play action. Now Carr. This will be caught by Brown. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Catch made, it's Moreau. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Carr now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Under 10, under 10. Check 3, check 3. Go Chiefs.
Again, it's Carr. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run with Howard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check 13, check 13, check 52. Switch right feet.
Now Howard. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, exit. Watch the twins. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Now Carr. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
33.
To throw, it's Carr. Got a man open, it's Sutton. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Here we go. Come to Andy. I got him. Slam.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. He's going to launch this thing. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. A 33-yarder from the left hash. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
At the 26-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
35's the mic. Come up the ball. Go. You. Mike 35. Mike.
3rd and 2. Now Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Brown. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he'll find Moreau here. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are too.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, you know, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Raiders first down.
29. Hey, high 7.
Carr now on first down. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Second and 3.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing again on second down. Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Carr will come up here with a first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Carr. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Check 49, check 49. 36, bullet high. 29.
Carr to throw again. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders.
6:37. Check.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Carr again. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Carr. Space to run past the 20. It's complete to Williams. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 13-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll run on first down. Howard, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
6:18. 58, right over there. Yeah.
Throwing now is Carr. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, Antonio Brown can wreak havoc in so many ways. Here he's able to cause a PI penalty.
He runs the defensive backs with such speed and power. I think it creates panic on their end, and a lot of times they just reach out and grab him, and that's the result there, a pass interference call.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Howard all alone in the backfield on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
Switch out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day. Over. Shit.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. He's able to find Wallace. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll try and get it with Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Yeah, let's get that ball. Let's walk. Mike. Check 99. Check 99. Kill.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, Charlie. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Check. Express.
Back to throw. Carr. And now he'll tuck it and run. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under 1 minute to go now in the football game.
Hey, 7:34. Watch out. Alpha. Express.
Carr to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
To throw his Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Switch. Rush in. Hey, Raider 2. He's coming. Go. He's coming. Double up.
Throwing again. Carr. Got him in. It's Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Again, it's Carr. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Hey, Steve 6.
Again, they'll throw with Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Foster Moreau. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. To throw his Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their 46-yard line.
Right there. 54 Mike. I'm here all day.
Haskins down to a knee, and his guys about to